Hi there. Good morning, everyone. Happy fall. Feels like fall outside. It's great, but it's still sunny. And one day this week here in Georgia, it's going to get to be 90 degrees in the middle of October. It's crazy. But good morning. My name's Nikki Tobias. I'm with Grounded Vision Coaching. And so if you have a vision for some part of your life that you would like help achieving, I might be your girl. So reach out to me about those things. And this morning, I wanted to talk with you about this sort of phrase I made up that's if you don't handle it, it will handle you. And I mean it with regard to our feelings. So I know when I was in my last job as an executive director of a domestic violence program and shelter, there were lots of emotions, emotions that survivors and victims were bringing with them to the shelter and the agency, emotions about the stress of a job like that, the emotions of, working for other people and lots of expectations of how I behaved in the community and how I ran the program and having staff. And it was just a lot. It was a lot in addition to, anything that was also happening in my personal life. And so, what I tended to do, unfortunately, was kind of put my head down and keep working, right? With this expectation that if I just steamrolled it, if I just worked harder, if I just got more done, if I was more efficient, if I was more effective, if I was more direct, if I was more who knows what, somehow or other, those feelings or those limiting beliefs or that insecurity would somehow go away. And I've always been a strong believer in counseling, and I believe that it's helpful for us to process what's going on in our heads and in our hearts. And so, I sought counseling off and on throughout my whole life. But like I said, I was working a lot of hours a week, and I just sort of figured that I could manage myself by working harder, working longer, getting more done, being more efficient, trying to be all things to all people. What I learned was that caused me a lot of medical discomfort. I was having chest pains in my mid-30s. I was about to get my gallbladder out. All these things were happening that when I was able to manage my stress and my emotions differently and better and more effectively, all those medical issues went away. And so, that phrase, if you don't handle it, it will handle you, means to me, at least, that if we don't make room for our hearts and our souls, if we don't make room and time to process our feelings and to allow that to happen, to feel those vibrations in our bodies, to make room for fun and rest and rejuvenation and vacation and love and music and things that just help us feel better. If we don't make time for that, if we don't prioritize that in our lives, our bodies just manifest all that stress into short tempers, into heart attacks, into anxiety attacks, nervous breakdowns, all sorts of other things. And so I just really encourage you that if you're having some kind of emotion, some kind of thought process that keeps happening over and over again, that you make time to allow yourself to dig into that a little deeper, to figure out what you're actually feeling and why, to maybe ask yourself what you're making some thing that happened in your life mean in your heart and in your head, and to really take a look at your life, your daily life, your weekly life, your calendar. When have you last really taken a rest? When have you really taken care of yourself? Whether it just means a bath today or reading for pleasure or taking a walk, or whether it means a true disconnection from social media and all your electronics or a vacation with your family. When's the last time you've really done something like that? When's the last time you had a conversation you really needed to have that focused on your feelings? When's the last time you did something really for you without any guilt about it, without feeling bad for taking care of yourself? And if you haven't done any of those things in a while, when will you? What can you do today? What can you do this week and this month, this season? What can you schedule in advance to be able to keep yourself at a place where you really are prioritizing your health and your wellness? Because it matters. And if you don't handle it, it will handle you. I hope you liked this video. If you did, like it, share it, comment. I always love to hear what you have to say. I love that discussion. And I'd love for you to tell your friends and family what we're doing here and invite them to join us. I hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.